The Kilauea volcano and the Halemaumau crater. Background: I chose to do my presentation on the 2020 Kilauea volcanic eruption because of a family vacation to Hawaii I went on as a 12-year-old. During this vacation, I got to take a helicopter tour to see the Big Island and Kilauea from above. Beginning with some background information, the Kilauea volcano erupted for the first time after 2 years of inactivity on December 20th, 2020, around 9:30 p.m. This volcano is located on the southern border of the Big Island in Hawaii. Prior to the eruption, the Halemaumau crater consisted of a body of water. However, after the eruption, it turned into a lava lake. The damage post the 2020 eruption was not as threatening as the 2018 Kilauea eruption. In 2020, the only concerns nearby civilizations had were surrounding the pollution from the volcanic gases. However, in the 2018 eruption, it destroyed more than 700 homes, including Lilani estates, and left thousands of citizens displaced. It was estimated that the eruption had caused around $500 million in damages. Kilauea is still an active volcano today, and because of its eruption frequency, it is considered to be one of the most hazardous volcanoes in the United States. This is an aerial view of before and after Kilauea erupted. The picture on the left was taken in September 2020, and the red circle shows the area that was filled with water. The red dots are the vents where the lava leaked from. The graphic on the right shows the previous water level in blue and then the amount of lava in red after the eruption. This picture was taken on December 2020, and as you can see, during this time, the crater was filled with water. This picture was taken just 4 days after the previous one, and all of the water in the crater has boiled away and now turned into a lava lake. To add some perspective on the size of the Halemaumau crater, this image shows the Empire State Building in comparison to it. As you can see, the building makes up barely a quarter of its size. Some of the local eyewitness testimonies revealed a different perspective of this volcanic eruption. For example, one Twitter user wrote, "There is still no threat to people, animals, or property from Halemaumau." Another eyewitness told reporters the lava lake was so high and so full, it's sparkling, and the pool of lava formed inside the crater was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen in her 25 years of watching the volcano. The tectonic setting. The Kilauea volcano sits in the middle of the Pacific plate rather than a tectonic boundary. It was formed by the Pacific plate sliding over a plume of magma at the rate of roughly 7 centimeters per year, causing it to puncture the Earth's crust. The Pacific plate constantly moves northwest over the Hawaiian hotspot. The volcano is located along the Kilauea Fault and right above the Helena Fault systems. Back in November 1975, the Helena Fault systems were displaced by over 10 feet downward and seaward. This is a simplified version of the proximity of the volcano in respect to the faults. As you can see, here's the summit, and then it's sitting right along the Kilauea Fault and right above the Helena Fault system. The geologic setting. The Kilauea volcano is located on the southern tip of the Big Island of Hawaii. Kilauea's first underwater eruptions date back to more than 300,000 years ago. Around 70% of the volcano's surface is younger than 600 years old. This is because whenever a volcano erupts, the flowing lava covers the existing surface and hardens as it cools down to create a new surface. Since 1952, Kilauea has already erupted over a dozen times. When it erupts, the material that is shot out is made up of a type of basalt known as theolite and alkali basalt, which tends to be more rare. This is all formed by high temperatures and low viscosity basaltic lavas. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, it contains about 50% silica, 15% aluminum, 10% of each iron, 2% titanium, 2% sodium, along with magnesium and calcium. The picture on the top right is what the erupted materials tend to look like after they cool. The cause of this geologic hazard. The cause of this geologic hazard was the Pacific plate sliding over a plume of magma, causing it to puncture the Earth's crust. Then it caused an upwelling of molten rock, which created the Kilauea volcano. This volcano is known as a hotspot because it actively erupts since its initial creation. After lava erupts from the vent, it cools and solidifies. Over time, this leads to landforms that grow after every eruption. Initially, the Kilauea volcano was underwater, but because it is an active volcano, it has grown into a massive landform over time and it rose above sea level. Experts believe that the continuous eruptions will cause the size of the island to grow. Geologists expect that the volcanic material buildup will eventually form another Hawaiian island about 22 miles off of the southern coast of the Big Island. It has already been named Lohi and is predicted to rise above sea level in between 10,000 and 100,000 years from now. The graphic on the right shows the movement of the Pacific plate sliding over the hotspot to help visualize what went on. What was learned? Volcanoes are a reminder of the gravities of Earth's power relative to human beings. Outside of the destruction they can cause to civilization, volcanoes are interesting landforms whose eruptions can have a deceptive beauty to them. Geologists have gained a ton of useful knowledge from Kilauea's eruption. They witnessed the process of molten rock being generated in the mantle and the changes that occur to it as it travels over 60 miles to the surface. They also got to learn about how constant eruption process can result in massive landforms that can rise above the sea level. Other interesting facts that the volcanic eruptions have taught us are regarding the duration the materials are stored within volcanoes and how they erupt in periods that can last up to several years, like Kilauea. Geologists can also check lava temperatures to determine how long a volcanic eruption will last because temperature changes have a direct effect on the flow of lava. Health officials have also deemed the air to be dangerous to humans and pets during an eruption, so they advise the public to stay indoors and turn off their air conditioning to avoid sulfur dioxide poisoning. An issue the people of Hawaii run into is recovery times can be extremely delayed because the ground may stay warm for months after the flow of lava halts. Another side effect of natural disasters like volcanoes is the actual destruction they can cause to human establishments. Even though federal authorities will pay for 75% of the infrastructure if they meet federal standards, it can be a huge hassle to meet. Surveyors have to walk on top of the seemingly solid lava, which can break open with the weight of a person. This would then drop them into holes with jagged volcanic glass. This slows down the rebuilding process tremendously. And here are my references. Let's see.